Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a dark Cahill. The hook that I have in the vise, this is a standard length dry fly hook. This is a number 14. You can tie these from size 10 to 20. They're another one of the general patterns that you can use in that kind of meets a wide variety of mayfly hatches. The thread I'm going to use, this is 16-aught Vivus, and this is black. Going to start the thread behind the eye, and we're going to bring that thread halfway, and then we're going to bring that forward halfway again, and then we can break off that excess. That's where we're going to put our wing. For our wing, we're going to use wood duck flank. You can use mallard dyed wood duck. And I'm actually going to use 2 feathers here, I think. And I'm actually going to use 2. So I'm going to measure it, and we want the wing to be the length of the hook. We're going to tie that in. Oop. Get that. Take a loose loop, pull it straight down. You saw that kind of pull up there. And then when we lift it, there we go. Put a couple securing wraps, and I'm going to cut this at a bit of an angle. Now I'm going to take the other, because these are small feathers, so I'm going to use 2 feathers. I'm going to take the other wood duck flank. I'm going to put that on. I can just measure that up to the existing one. And I'm going to secure that. Actually, got to bring it up to it. There we go. Then I'm going to bring it back. And this one I wrapped a little bit further, and it helped with that taper. I can go ahead and trim this one off. I'm going to cut that one pretty close. Now we're not going to lift our wings yet, but we are going to lift them upright and divided. Since I'm at the back, I'm going to go ahead and put the tail on. And for the tail, we want they call it brown, some people call it brown, some people call it ginger, but it is a dark ginger hackle. So I'm going to stand the hackle up at that 90 degrees. Try to stand it up at the 90 degrees. And then you grab the bunch all at the same time. So you grab them and pull them off. And they're off. And they're nice and lined up for you. I'm going to measure that, and we want that tail to be the length of the body. So I have that extra. I'm going to go ahead and trim that off now. And then I'm going to tie that in. Just go ahead and secure that. I'm actually going to take a wrap around underneath the tail. And that's going to see how it's pointing down. When I pull it in there, now it's going to be nice and straight. That one was up just a little bit, but now I'm up to the wings again. I'm going to stand them up, and I'm going to wrap in front of them in order to stand them up. I'm actually rubbing the thread on them. Just don't go too far and make them go back. Now they're upright. Now I'm just going to grab half of them, and I'm going to divide them right there. Come over to this side. I'm going to grab that same set of wing again and bring it down. When you go to divide wings, make sure that that thread is really close to the base of the wing. Otherwise, the wing is you're gonna get one wing that goes forward or one wing that goes back. Just gonna hold it up again Give it a couple more wraps because it's kind of leaning forward a little bit. So there we go, and there's our divided wing. So I can take my thread back to the rear once again. Right to the tail, just about. I'm going to actually turn this sideways so I can have some room to put my dubbing when I get the dubbing. Now, I'm going to take a gray. I'm going to take the Adams Gray Superfine, and you want just a small amount. Just want to turn that black thread gray, basically, because you got a nice shaped body right now. So I'm going to turn that to the halfway. And I'm going to put a really thin noodle on there. And the way you get the noodle thin is to stretch your dubbing. Put a little moisture on your fingers and that'll get it even tighter. Now, I'm going to stand that back up. I give it one wrap. I'm going to go underneath the tail again. And then right on the spot. Now I don't have any thread, any possibility of thread showing. I'm going to wrap my body. Bring that up. Tighten that last little bit right there. Put a little moisture on my fingers there. Lick my fingers and kind of control those. Oh, back that off. There we go. Had a little piece of thread showing. Now I stopped just a little bit away from that wing. Now for the hackle, we're going to use a ginger hackle. I have a grizzly dyed ginger. I like this, and this is actually about at least 13 inches long right now. It's a saddle. We're going to prepare our hackle. We're going to stand them up. Now I'm going to give them the crew cut. Got a nice little crew cut there. I'm going to tie it in with the concave side basically to the shank. And you see that little bit of crew cut that's still exposed. I'm putting it right between the wings. And I want to leave at least 1 or 2 barbs of that crew cut exposed. I actually pulled on it just a little bit there. Take it soft and then secure it pretty tight right behind the wing. Now I'm going to pick that wing up again. And I'm going to secure that hackle in front of the wing. And I'm going to build it up just a little bit here so that I don't have a big step from the back of the wing to the front of the wing. Meaning the diameter here and the diameter behind the wing, you want to keep that, relatively close. Now I'm going to leave my thread about halfway between the wing and the eye. I got to go a little bit forward. That's where we want to stop our hackle. I'm going to take my hackle and I got a wood duck. I got a little bit of wood duck there coming back. Get them all standing up. Now I'm going to wrap this, and now because I left a little bit of that crew cut exposed, my hackle isn't shooting off to the back right alongside or perpendicular with the body. Now my first wrap, now they're going to stand up nice 90 degree. Go once. I'll go twice. I'm going to lift the wing up, and I'm going to rub the hackle on the wing as I'm going around this time. And that is going to close that gap on that far side. You won't have a wing width gap in your hackle. And I'm just going to wrap forward. There's a really thin stem, so I'm going to get a few wraps out of it. Now I'm up to the thread. I'm going to take this, holding that hackle still at a 90 degree. And holding that at that 90 degree helps to eliminate fibers going forward. Actually, I can see a couple of them going forward. So I could get like 3 wraps there. I'm going to put a couple wraps in front. I'm going to show you how to take care of those couple fibers going forward. I'm going to take my poke and snip and take that hackle off. It's just a cuticle trimmer. I call it a poke and snip. Now, because you can see those couple hackles sticking forward there, I'm going to take a half hitch tool. The half hitch is the little hole on the back of your bodkin. Lay it on your once, twice, then I roll it because you want to keep tension on it there. Put it over the eye, and I'm pushing those couple hackles back into place. Go ahead, and now you can see that they're gone. Once, twice. Put it over the eye of the hook. Pull that down, and you can just, if you can't whip finish, I recommend that you learn to whip finish, but you can finish all your flies with a series of double half hitches. Like 3 double half hitches is going to be good. I'm going to tug that tight. Take the poke and snip once more. Take that thread off. Just going to look at that. Nice. There's no hackles going towards the rear. We got a nice divided wing. Now basically I kind of look for that little bit of an opening on my, I'll move the camera there a little bit. Kind of look for that little bit of space that where I'm going to get my brush in there. So it's probably going to be there. I'm going to take my head cement and I'm going to clean that brush off well. And I'm going to turn it to that spot. I'm going to get it. I got a nice point on my brush. Get that right in there. And here we have a dark Cahill. Hope that you learned something from this video. You would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors and let them know I sent you. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. If you'd like to purchase any flies that I make, go to etsy.com/shop/theflymanjim. If you don't see it there, please just send me a message and tell me what you want and we'll get it figured out. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.